Oh my. What's gonna happen? Aside from immediate and expected technical difficulties, everything is wonderful. Oh, shit. Come on, Achilles, you can do it. There we go. I think you're doing a little better there, buddy boy. Mr. Mans. Yeah. Anyways, we are back. Symphony of the Night. Randomized. So, last night, we were finishing up the stream. We decided to bust out a little bit of this for fun. And we have a very crazy seed going on here. I've just done the direct path across, up the outer wall, and through the clock tower, up to where Richter is. And we already have the double jump and the form of bat. So we were able to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like, there's a ton. We've hardly explored the first castle at all. And we can already get a lot of places, which is wonderful. So that's very exciting. Very exciting indeed. And yeah, we have a whole lot of exploring to do. A ridiculous amount of exploring to do. Savvy? Oh, wonderful. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it. Always definitely really appreciate that kind of feedback because sometimes it's hard to tell from my end. So, wonderful. All right, let's see. Get this rocking. Well, hopefully, if my might have to restart the game. Actually, I had neglected to plug my controller back in before I started up the emulator, and for some reason it doesn't like that. So that's unfortunate. Right off the bat, we have kind of an obnoxious little technical issue, but well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Well, every time, honestly, with me. Eventually we'll get to the point where I'm not doing this every time, but yeah. Still lots of derping happen. Oh, hey, whoa, Papa Chulo, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome back, buddy. Ah, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's just one of those weird things that this emulator just doesn't like me trying to plug a controller in after I've started it. So, problem solved. All right. Good on. We are in Cass. So yeah, we just for fun, we killed Richter at the end of the stream because I figured, why not? I'm ending it here, and I can. And normally you'd never be able to fight him this early. However, this randomizer is just all kinds of bonkers. So we got one of the best swords in the game, the Masamune, right before we got to Richter. We have Form of Wolf and Form of Bat. We have Power of Mist, which is funny. Yeah, it does need to be under control. You're not wrong, Savvy. We have that going on, which is nice. But the problem is we don't have Form of Mist. So we can't use it yet. Once we get Form of Mist, we'll be able to stay in Mist form for a prolonged period, right? So that's going to be nice for us. Let's see here. I forget actually if I went up here before. I guess I could look at the map, right? Yeah, so we did not go into this room before I saved, I guess. We'll see if there's anything waiting for us here. Oh, looks like I did go in here, actually. I just can't read maps. Oh, that's right. And there wasn't really anything of interest. Normally, this is where the Ghost Familiar would be. But we got the Ghost Familiar really, really early. And we're thinking about using it. We were going to use him. But then we got the sword, and it's like, well, I got to use the sword if I get it this early, because that's ridiculous, right? Okay, so now We're not killing Richter, because that's not a good thing to do. Not what we want to happen, right? Let's see if we can't find some good stuff. I am really curious. I want to keep the... For now, I want to keep the stopwatch because we're going to need that to get into a couple of rooms. We need to go back to the clock room here before long. Well, first off, let's open up this warp. Honestly, I think... No, we can get there. We can just go right here through, we have a few different paths we can take. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this path, though. Actually, let's go check something out here. There's a couple things we can grab right here at the very beginning. And there's a few places that normally relics will spawn. The way I have this randomized, I should be able to find relics anywhere that equipment drops. Which gives us a lot of options for places to go. Oh, empty room. Well, that's depressing. Every time I find an empty room, I'm just like, man, dang it, randomizer. And so we already checked here at the beginning. This room was empty for us as well. Joy. Ooh, I want money. Money's good. We also, when we need to, we can go back to the librarian, and we can actually buy the Nose Devil Familiar, which is going to open another secret door for us. I'm just kind of putting it off because we're not going to go there for a second. We will be soon. This is actually going very quickly. At this point, things are going swimmingly. Actually, heck, we can open this too. So this is one of the more obscure, bizarre secrets in the game. You have to go through this one way as the wolf, and then back the other way as the bat. And then it opens up this little door over here. That was one of those things that, like, when I first played this game, you know, I had no idea what was happening. I was just like, didn't know there was a secret here, you know. And then all of a sudden there was. Like, so there's just a door that was open, and I'm like, what happened? Like, I had no idea what the trigger for that secret was for years and years, you know. We're going to go up there in a second. We're going to go ahead and go here first and finish this out. Ah, how dare you. Don't touch me with your bloody knife. Wow, those guys actually hurt quite a bit. Did I take off my armor or something? No? I am surprised they do that much damage. Oh, hey, we should have the Ring of Arcana on. I forgot we got that. That makes rare items drop much more frequently from enemies. So that's a really good thing to have, especially this early on. Yeah. Oh, when am I not feeling batty? Right? But yeah, that was one of those really bizarre... There's a lot of really bizarre and obscure secrets in this game. Oh, hey, look at that, Ring of Vlad. Well, there's one of our in-game relics that we were looking for. That's exciting. Also, here's a nice big money bag and some hearts. Very nice. Because yeah, all of for the most part, the candles, everything is randomized. I mean, the candles are randomized, enemy drops are randomized. Oops. One of the big reasons, you know, that we really want to have that Ring of Arcana, one of these enemies could drop like the best thing in the game, potentially. I've had it happen. I've had some real crazy enemy drops happen in this randomizer. The Rune Sword is one of my favorite swords in the game. Oh, that's why I have no defense. I forgot about that. It's the Masamune. Masamune actually comes with a defense penalty. And in addition to that, I'm not wearing a shield because it's a two-hander. So that's why I have no defense. I was like, why are these guys hitting me so hard? Yeah, well, luckily he's an ally that was trying to fly up my ass and not an enemy. So yeah, the Masamune or Masamune is one of the best swords in the game. It's probably the second best katana after the Yasutsuna. It's really, really good. But I do like the Rune Sword. The Rune Sword is one of my favorites. And what's really neat is you can see... I forget what it says. It says something in Latin when you swing it. like in the wake, which is pretty neat. Just a cool sword. And if you have two of them, then you can... Oh, look, bats drop the dragon helm. Speaking of enemies dropping crazy things, that's the best helm in the game that we've already found twice, actually. We bought it from the librarian, and then we had an enemy just drop it. Like I guess it was probably a bat. Oh, shoot. Wow, these guys hurt quite a bit. So, it looked like it said verbatim. That's funny. But yeah, so basically they're just handing out dragon helms like candy at this point. Good for us. Oh, by the way, I finally figured out how to... I got my notifications working properly. So now if I get any new followers, there should be like a pop-up and an awesome cat head. Oh, hey, what's up? Welcome back, buddy. Good to see ya. We're just picking up where we left off last night. We've hardly done anything. We went back to the beginning of the castle real quick to go take a gander and see if we can find anything good, and we did. We found a rune sword, which I'm using now, is one of my favorites. And we also found the Ring of Lod. So that's awesome. That's one of our 5 Dracula parts that we need to actually beat the game and get the real endings. Speaking of that, the ring, I believe, gives us intellect. Yeah. So we just have a passive plus 10 intellect now from that ring. Super good. All of Dracula's parts give you some kind of an effective boon. It's like strength, luck, constitution, intellect, and then the heart prevents curse, which is pretty nice. The other ones are all stat boons. Also, we just found another diamond, so that's cool. Those we can sell. And yeah, so the plan is we're gonna finish this run as quickly as possible. I mean, I'm not using speedrunner text or anything, but we're gonna try. Our goal is to see how quickly we can get all of Drac's parts and beat it, right? And then after that, we're moving on to Mega Man 11, and we're gonna finish our Mega Man 11 playthrough. From there, we'll decide. See what we decide to do. I will kind of let people vote on that too. We have a lot of options. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I do want to stay here. We're gonna go up back through the alchemy laboratory because in the boss chamber, Slugger and Gaibon's room. You know what? Let me open this real quick. In Slugger and Gaibon's room, normally that's where you would get a relic and like the Ring of Arcana. I think it's the Power of Wolf is there. I think the one where I just went and got the rune sword was where normally you would find Skill of Wolf, which lets the wolf swim around. And then I think in the boss chamber you get Power of Wolf, which lets the wolf run kind of like Samus from Super Metroid. I kind of forget. I'm pretty sure. It's funny now, I used to have this entire game memorized, but I've been playing the randomizer now for so long, it's kind of messed with my memory on where things are. I still remember most of it off the top of my head, but yeah, there are definitely a few little parts, and I'm like, was that there? Is that something like that? I think. I don't know. Oh, is it real loud? Yeah, okay, just a second here, bud. Yeah, this emulator doesn't play as nicely with, can you still hear it now? Oh my god. Well, there's the Tooth of Lod right there. I think that's our plus 10 strength. Yeah. So now we've got a huge strength boost, because we're getting strength from our dragon helm, we're getting strength from our the Covenant Stone ring, and we're getting strength from Vlad's too. So we got like plus 29 strength. That is ridiculous and huge. Oh, by the way, this is a randomizer setting as well. I have everything on. So what they did here is normally these have your sub-weapons in them. and you can pick like what sub-weapon you want. But instead of that, we just have these worthless turkeys. It's kind of a joke. They don't do anything. Like, they don't heal you or give you mana or hearts or anything. As far as I know, they do absolutely nothing for you. They're just like a placeholder item to remove the sub-weapons. The reason that they do that, mostly, is because, again, in order to get sub-weapons outside of enemy drops, you need the Cube of Zoe, the relic, that normally is the first relic you find in the game. And that opens up candle drops, right? Like, the candles don't drop anything for you unless you have the Cube of Zoe. Luckily, we do have it now. We got it pretty early. A lot of my randomizer runs, it's actually been one of the last relics I get, which can be really frustrating sometimes, because, you know, you want to get, like, the stopwatch here, so you can... Yeah, and thank you, by the way, too, for pointing that out. That stuff is important. Always let me know if there's, like, a sound issue or something, everybody. But yeah, you need that stopwatch to get into a couple of rooms that have a lot of goodies in them. And if you don't have the Cube of Zoe, it can be really frustrating, because the only way to potentially get a stopwatch is to get lucky and have it drop off of an enemy, right? And of course the enemy drops are randomized, so you have no idea what enemy can drop it. I'm sure it's always in the pool somewhere. Hey, it's the Jewel of Open. Wow. This game is tossing relics at us like candy. Like, I was kind of joking with my title of, like, can we get all the goodies in the first castle? My notification. But, maybe we can. I don't know. So normally, right, here's our Jewel of Open door. Oh man, do I want to? Yeah, I do. Yeah, we're gonna do a little loop. Oh, but we can't get to... You know what? Let's do this the other way. Even though we can go through here right now and go this direction, I think I actually want to come through the cathedral from the other way. The reason for that is we can go to the clock room, and we can go ahead and open that side there with the stopwatch and free up all those tasty goods, which is nice, because then we can get rid of the stopwatch for a while. We don't have to. I mean, we don't need sub-weapons in this game at all. Alucard is ridiculously powerful, and especially with what we have going on, we are ridiculously overpowered in this point in the game. But we can go through that path and get a couple things in the clock room, and then go straight through to Orlox's chamber into the Colosseum, and then we can open up a shortcut that leads back into the cathedral. So that's actually probably going to behoove us. Or do you come from the other way? You know what? Now I forget. Maybe you have to go the other way to get into the cathedral. But it doesn't matter, because Orlox's chamber directly connects, or Alrox, it directly connects to both the Colosseum and the Castle Keep, and the Castle Keep directly connects to the cathedral. Like, we were right there at the entrance to the cathedral when I wound up going back and warping. So we have a couple of different paths to go, but regardless, I think this is the one I'm going to prefer. I'm very excited to see what's in the clock room, and I shouldn't get my hopes up, because that's when the randomizer decides to dash them on the jagged rocks below, right? Little parting gift. I was about to comment on how the rune sword is really good for dealing with fleamen, and then that fleaman just totally dodged that and smacked me in the face. So this is why we want the stopwatch. It opens this side, and normally in the playthrough, oh, this is already not great. Yeah, wow, that was just crap. All right, well, hey, we got pudding. Pudding acquired. A winner is us. But normally in the standard playthrough, there's a bunch of equipment in there called the a la carte gear. And it's kind of an interesting little set. It looks just like the a la carte set, but it's really, really weak. Oh my god. Well, we got the gravity boots. They were right where they normally are. So, outside of Mist, we basically can get everywhere now. Mist and the boatman, you need him for one little part, but holy crap, that's amazing. We have full mobility basically at this point. Ooh, Mystic Pendant. That helps your mana restore faster. We're going to keep on the Ring of Arcana and the Covenant Stone, though. We might have some use for that sucker later. When he goes out, he's dining a la carte. Nice, Savvy. Yeah, you're going to get that to go? But the a la carte gear is fun because it looks just like it. And the sword operates the same, but it doesn't have the special move. All of it's very weak, but it gives you like plus 30 luck. So if you have, for example, a lot of the stuff that we do right now, where your stats are being passively buffed, the a la carte set is actually really, really good because it really helps you find items and get item drops off enemies, right? So that's kind of a neat little thing. And it's funny too because if you look at, you know, like the a la carte mail, for example, it says like resist fire, lightning, and ice. Then you look at the a la carte mail and it's like resists fire, lightning, ice? Question mark, question mark. No, it doesn't. Get your ass kicked. I think it might even have like negative resistance. I don't know. You're very weak with it on. It also changes your status where it says status good in the corner under my level. It changes your status to a la carte, and I believe a la carte is lowercase even, which is pretty funny. Just like, again, one of the reasons I adore this game so much is it just has so many like silly, fun little Easter eggs like that, you know. While we're here, let's real quick go and unlock our warp. No, I have not actually noticed items showing up consistently where they're supposed to be. It's very rare in my experience. It does happen. I've seen it a few times, not very often. I remember specifically there was one run where the Cube of Zoe was right there at the beginning where it should be, and I was just like, oh, okay, you know. Kind of one of those, like, I was a little disappointed, but also a little relieved simultaneously when that happened. I remember the leap stone was where it normally is in the castle outer wall, or the castle keep at one point. And then, you know, very notably, just now, we had the gravity boots where they're supposed to be. Off the top of my head, those are the only three things like that I can think of. I've also seen, trying to think, I've seen a couple weapons drop where they normally are, but nothing crazy, nothing special, you know, like for example, I think, is this, oh, hey, that's kind of cool, that'll be useful when we fight Richter. I'm trying to remember, I think that thing I just broke where the Holy Mail was one time, I think normally that's an S-stock, a long-handed German thrusting sword, and I believe that it was there, and I was like, oh hey, it's S-stock is right where it should be. But yeah, it's very, very rare. I mean, like, I'm like thinking and counting them on one hand at this point, you know, like. And I haven't seen it happen often enough that it gives me any indication that there's like certain items where maybe the randomizer's not working, because generally speaking, nothing is in the same place. The only example that there is, which just came to my head, is in the inverted castle, in the room, like the fake save point where you fight the succubus, there's peanuts. Oh, I was hoping that was a library card. And in the randomizer, every single time I played it, there are peanuts there. And I almost think that must be like a joke with the people that made the randomizer, like they intentionally just left the peanuts there. Which, that's my head. That's what I'm deciding has happened, anyways. That makes me laugh. That it's just like, oh yeah, you go to this kind of like a little bit out of the way room here in this little place, and it's like, what do you get? You get peanuts. That's it. We'll see. We'll see in this playthrough if it lasts that long. At this rate, it might not. You know, if it lasts that long, we'll go for the peanuts. Ah, heck, who am I kidding? We should go for the peanuts regardless. So, well, even if we were able to beat the game before we get there, we'll go after the peanuts. Ooh, bat card. Okay, so we have a shortcut here we can open. This is another way to get through. This goes back to the cathedral. So now we have that opened up, which is nice. But while we're here, there's no reason not to kill Aurochs and loot his chamber, right? Screw that guy. He thinks he's got something going on. I think at this point, I'm trying to remember. I think at this point in the Castlevania games, he is the first non-Dracula vampire you fight, aside from Alucard here, right? In Castlevania 3, you have to fight Alucard if you go that way. But yeah. And, you know, also Alucard is only half vampire. So there's that. Aurochs is actually like an older, more powerful vampire. He's even got a second form, right? Like old school, like Dracula. Ooh, speaking of that, what do we want to use on this sucker? We don't have a cape yet. That's sad. We need a cape, people. Is it Holy Mail? No, it is. Oh, it is. It is slightly better. Okay, well, we should rock that then, because not only does it have one more defense, but it also... Look at that. We have 3 dragon helms. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll use the rune sword on it. Well, you know what? Actually, I think we might be able to just kill this guy, like, almost immediately with Masamune. Let's try it. Masamune, kick some ass. Gonna turn him into deli meats. I'm also gonna break his table. Ha! Hey, I like them apples. Oh yeah, I don't want to get hit by... I don't want to get hit by that crap that he's doing right there. That's not fun. Alright, yeah, Masamune just completely devastated him. One of the best deaths in all of Castlevania right here. Gotta love it. Bye, bud. Did my... Oh, no, I'm just frozen. Okay. No! What happened? My controller just stopped working. Oh, wait. What? Oh, no! I killed Aurochs so hard it broke the game. Just a second. Oh, dear. Really? Why you gotta be like this? Wait, okay, where's my backup? This happened before when we were doing the first part. This is technically a sequel to the charity stream, because I realized I still have today to do that, because I thought it was over, but it's not. Whoa, hey, Sithfu, woo! Welcome, dude, good to see ya. You're just in time for the, for my control, like the thing to break. So, gonna have to, unfortunately, restart the emulator and then hope it works. I'm sorry, people. Just a second. That was ridiculous. That didn't take long. I'm gonna blame it on Ryan. Oh God, Savvy. Yeah, you know what? It was your fault. It was your puns that did it. All right. Well, hopefully it's gonna be okay now. We'll have to kill Aurochs again. Gosh darn it. And we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, my controller might have just, like, stopped working. Yeah, it's like, it says it's working, but it's not working. Um, I wonder, let me try something. I'm wondering if it might be this USB port, honestly. I just plugged it into a different one. And when I did, it gave me the happy notification jingle. So, and it didn't do that when I plugged it into the other one. So I wonder if one of my USB ports here might be kind of going bad. We'll find out. Yes, okay, there we go. So that fixed the problem. That's a relief. All right, good on. We're in. It looks like it says Q rocks. Q rocks layer there. Do I need to? Okay, now the video's gone. Just a second. Gosh darn it! What? Why are you like this? There we go. All right. Bam. Problem solved. All right, cool. Yeah, we got it. It just, I guess since I had to restart it, that made it mad. It's not just you. It was for everybody. Well, now we got to do this nonsense again. We might want that meal ticket later. We'll find out, right? We definitely do want to go, and actually, we'll kill Olrox before we do this, because we're gonna go through that path. Oh, hello, sun. The sun just perfectly moved to the point where it's going right through the window into my eyeball, like a laser. Gonna bone him again, you know it. He's a spineless twerp, anyhow. Now, hopefully it doesn't break the game this time when we chop him to pieces. Oh, hey, also, I forgot, we have our Holy Mail and the Killing Sleazy. And of course, break his table. That's right. Yeah, stand and die, sucker. What? You're not supposed to live. There we go. In the face! No, they don't. The reason they don't do that is, for one, I'm sure it would probably be a lot harder to program that, but you have to be really careful about, like, the randomizer breaking. You don't want to have a situation where you need, for example, like, you need Form of Mist to get through a Mist-only passageway, and then inside of it is Form of Mist, right? If that were to happen, that could potentially break the run, so that you wouldn't be able to finish it. They've done a really, really good job. Oh, hey, look, we got the demon card. Now we don't have to buy the Nose Devil. They did a really good job of balancing it and working it out so that, like, I've never had a run that I couldn't finish. Now, I have had runs that I was very scared I was going to be able to finish, and I wound up thinking it was going to be, you know, real fast, kind of like this one is turning out. And then, unfortunately, I wound up in a situation where, nope, I had to explore, like, every frickin' room in the damn castle, and, like, the relic I needed to finish the game was in, like, the second to last one, you know? And oftentimes what'll happen is you'll get in a position where you need, like, oh, well, I have to get the merman relic to get into this room, right? But I need to have this other thing to get there, and I need to get that. So you have, like, a sequence of relics that it's like you just go from one to the next, and it puts you on, like, a hard path there, where you have to get, like, 5 in a row that are all behind the prior one's door, like they're all a key to each other. That has happened. And actually, that's happened to me more than once. And usually, in my experience, the better the run is going initially, the crazier it is in the end. And you have, like, a sequence of relics that are just locking each other. And those get kind of stressful sometimes. Yeah. Aloha, Bone Daddy, sayonara. Hello and goodbye. Aloha. Alright. We're gonna go this way real quick. First, all the birds. So many fantasy creatures in this castle, right? Dracula's all about propagating the lies of the Chinese bourgeoisie with birds. I know the existence of birds is a myth. This game is full of mythological creatures, so, you know. Not surprising. Haha. Oh, nunchaku. A sadly terrible weapon, and also, I don't think you actually get nunchucks. I think you actually get a three-sectional staff, which is a Chinese weapon. Let's see. Oh no, those are tonfa. Okay, so they're not nunchaku or a three-sectional staff. They're tonfa. That's funny. I kind of forgot that. That's probably a mistranslation. I'm sure Iga Kogarashi and his team know the difference between tonfa and nunchaku. I'm giving them that credit. That's probably a Western translation error. What's the worst sequence I played through? Ooh, that one happened actually, like, I think the time before last that I did a randomizer run. Oh, hey, look, it's Maria.
Impressive. You're very strong.
What is it you want? You didn't come here to tell me that.
You're right. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Of the Belmont clan? Of course, but...
He disappeared about a year ago, and I'm sure he's here. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
Yeah, well, you know, strange ladies popping out of nowhere and complimenting me. Alucard doesn't have a lot of social graces. He's been asleep for like 300 years. Last time he was awake, he committed patricide, and then he took a long nap. But yeah, I think probably the worst one I ever had was that situation I was talking about, and it boiled down to a situation where I'm trying to remember which item it started with. I didn't have the Jewel of Open, I didn't have Form of Mist, I didn't have the relic that summons the merman, or the merman statue which summons the boatman. I didn't have either the gold or silver ring, and I was missing a piece of Dracula. And I was like, oh my god. You know, I was like scouring the castle, going through every single secret room, and oh, another diamond. And making sure that I hadn't missed anything. And I was like, God, it's gotta be, like, there's literally like one place left. There's only one place left I can think of. And if one of these key items is not there, like, I'm at a loss. Like, maybe this run got broken somehow, you know? Luckily, it was there. And then it was like, I think it was, the Jewel of Open was there. Yeah, it was the Jewel of Open. And I got the Jewel of Open, and then the Jewel of Open led me to a room that had, like, I think the Form of Mist, and then I was able to use the Form of Mist to go into another room, and it had, like, one of the rings, and I got into another room, and it had the other ring, and I was like, okay. And then I was able to get into that other door, and then that had the final part of Dracula, and I was like, oh, thank God. I never got the merman statue in that run. So that was kind of funny. And that one was nuts, and yeah, strange women. Right, exactly. That run was real stressful, because I legitimately was thinking for a second that maybe it had gotten broken, like it was a bad seed, but no, it just wound up being like a 5.5 hour run, which is ridiculous. You know, it's like, that shouldn't happen. So that was kind of funny. But this one I already have most of the abilities that would have like that were gatekeeping me, right? Whoops. Like the big one was I didn't even have the Jewel of Open, and the Jewel of Open opens a path to like a whole subterranean area. And then I didn't have and I didn't have the demon card either. I couldn't find the demon or the nose devil for a really long time, so I couldn't open another couple of chambers, one in each castle, that's got a lot of stuff in it, including peanuts. Peanuts are in one of those rooms, but yeah, that was a really intense run, and I was just like, what the doing this the whole time. Yes, this is this run. Oh, look, the controller stopped working again. Well, aside from my controller breaking, I'm going to try to find my 360 controller. I'm thinking that maybe my PS4 controller is just having issues. I don't know what's going on with it. It works just fine on the PS4, and it has worked just fine on my computer for a long time. Until just recently. And all of a sudden, it's being a dick. And I don't know why. You know, I want to blame it on when I was doing the charity stream and I fell out of my chair and yanked it by accident out of the USB port. But honestly, I can't blame it on that really, because that happened in the midst of it stopping working. Like, it stopped working, and then I was trying to do stuff, and then I fell and yanked it out. Okay. So, unfortunately, like, this should work now, but guess what? The emulator doesn't like me plugging a controller in mid-playthrough, so guess what we have to do again? Gosh darn it. This is ridiculous. But yeah, aside from technical issues, I would say that this is by far the strongest run I've had in terms of opening the castle, right? We've gotten most of the mobility stuff, like, right off the bat, which is wicked cool, yo. Let's see here. I need to go back to... Oh, that time it just came right back up. Well, that's nice. Sweet. Last time I had to go fix that. Whatever. Oh, but the controller's not working. What is happening? Maybe Prometheus is having a stroke. I'm not sure. Really? You're gonna be like this? And I see. This is annoying because I've never had issues with this guy before. I just don't like it as much, at all, as I like the PS4 controller. Well, I don't know what's happening. We might have to abort this one for now. Unfortunately, I mean, if my controllers aren't going to cooperate, I don't know what to do about that. Let me try one last thing here real quick. These are fully configured. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, please work. One of you, please work. Okay, yeah, they're not. It might just be the emulator, honestly. I've never had this happen until I started streaming. I can't imagine that Twitch is the cause of it, but who knows, right? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to switch it over. We're going to go ahead and hit Mega Man 11. that was on the docket anyhow. I'll figure out whatever the crap is going on with this, and we'll return. You know, eventually we'll return to that. So let me, yeah, F for. No, Savvy, don't worry, it's okay. I'll get everything. We're just gonna move to a different. We'll move to the PS4 for now, and we might come back to PC later on. When we do, though, we'll be playing things that I'm probably gonna be using a keyboard, mouse and keyboard for regardless, so it's not a big deal. And again, I don't think it's my controller or my computer. I think it's actually specifically the EPSXE emulator. Don't know why, but it has been kind of problematic lately, so, it is what it is. Alright, we'll be right back after these messages.